Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I'm doing paid review 22 QB37. This is for John. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Rolex Sky Dweller. A Rolex Sky Dweller. Here we go. Hi Archie. I've been a long time fan and I want to say thank you because watching your videos is fun, interesting, and you've helped me during some tough times. I think I will ask for a YouTube review one day, but right now I could really use your help in your opinion via an email. So I sent you $40 for an email response. I'm a middle-class guy in New York, 43 years old, and I got a bit of a watch bug when I purchased a Hamilton Pilot for my 40th birthday. I've always loved watches my whole life, but I didn't really learn about them or get into the hobby until I was 39. Since then, the only expensive watch I purchased was a 2020 black Omega Seameister Diver 300M, and I love it. I know you think Hamiltons and Seikos are shitters, but I bought 4 for myself and I love them as everyday mechanical watches, not to mention a few other Seikos and quartz watches that I still have from my father, which I hold onto as memories of him. Nothing wrong with a bit of a family tie-in. I quite like a bit of family tie-in. Long story short, I've never owned a Rolex and prices never seem to be correct and go down. To be honest with you, I don't even like the modern Rolex hype watches and do not think they are worth what they are going for on the secondary market. Fair comment there. For that kind of money, I'd rather buy myself a Breguet one day if I could ever afford it. I love the finishing on Breguets. I personally like the pre-ceramics. He likes the pre-ceramics. The pre-ceramics are good. I like pre-ceramics myself. I think they are special. In recent times, I've gone on to love. I think you could say I really do love the ceramics, but that's okay. I was thinking about a Berthier Pepsi, but that's way too expensive and I would be afraid to wear it. I would treat it more as a collectible. However, I'm thinking about buying a Rolex Submariner 14060M, the no date 2-line text, which I love. I think the pre-ceramic 2-line no date is a classic and I would love the look of it. My question to you is, do you think it's worth it? Do you think it is worth it? Is it worth it? That's always a good question to know. Is it going to be worth the money? Because it's a lot of money, It's a lot of money, and is it worth it? Do you think the build quality on the old ones was still good? They are now going for 10 to 15k on Chrono 24. I remember when they were 6 and I didn't pull the trigger. Do you think prices will come down? Do you think the 14060M increases or at least hold at value if I buy it for 13? And do you think I should definitely get it with box and papers? Would you consider this as a good watch investment? I found a listing that's for $13,000 with lume, not tritium, with box and papers. I'm just having second thoughts about it since it'll be putting it on a credit card 0%, and I'm also not an expert to tell if the case is over polished or not. Thank you so much, Archie, and I'll send you another email with pics one day for a collection review. I appreciate your honest feedback and advice you can give me on the subject. Hope all is well. Best regards, John. Okay, so John's looking at a no-date sub. For starters, John, I wouldn't really be limiting myself to a 14060M. 14060M was a model, I'd be probably widening my search for a 14060. 14060 is basically the same watch. That's what I'd be going for. I'd also be considering a ceramic model. So this is a watch you want to wear, enjoy, love and cherish. John, my advice to you, this is why I earn the big bucks. It's to know what the market will do in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 50 years. I'm paid the bucks to know what the market will do. Now, I can tell you this now. I would personally widen my search. I would widen my search. Instead of a 14060M, I'd be 14060. 14060M. I would also go for, I would go for 11460. Okay, so I would even consider the ceramic. I personally think the ceramic watches, they generally have a few improvements. You've got the solid end links in the bracelet. You've got the revised clasp. And I think that is nicer. I think that's my opinion. It took me a while to warm to the ceramic bezel watches. But I think whether you go ceramic or non-ceramic, it doesn't really matter. This is a beautiful watch. My honest advice to you, is it worth it? Okay, so you sent me this question on the 27th of April. It's now the 16th of May, and the market has actually, it's a little bit softer than it was then. Basically because the crypto and the share market have suffered some turbulence. So, let's go through and answer your question. So for a start, instead of being a 14060 no date 2 line, I would say let's make it a no date sub 14060, 14060M and 11460, as well as the 41 mil no date sub. My question is, do you think it's worth it? Definitely. It's definitely worth it. And what I mean by that is, you're not going to be able to buy that piece by walking into an AD. You're going to have to buy this on the secondary market. What I would do is find a good dealer. In America, I highly recommend David SW. Great dealer. In the United Kingdom, a great dealer is BQ Watches. In Ireland, Pride and Pinion. I would find a dealer you like, and I would see what is available at what prices. Now, personally, if it was me, I would go for a ceramic. Now, the ceramics had 2 versions. You could go for a 40 mil or a 41 mil. I'd probably, you know what? They're both pretty cool. Go for the best deal. That's my own opinion. Do you think the build quality of the old ones was still good? Look, it's all relative. The build quality on the original Submariners came out in the 50s. They had different standards then. I would generally say to you, every major incarnation, so the original sub, plastic glass, you know, that was a certain standard. Then they went to, you went to the sapphire crystal, okay, sapphire crystal. Then you went to the ceramic. Each version has brought some tweaks. So it's not revolutionary changes, it's evolutionary changes. The old ones, I don't have any problems with the 14060, 14060M. They are beautiful. In fact, I even like the 5513s. I do. But I think, for my own opinion, I think the later ones have a little bit nicer quality as technology has improved. They are now 10 to 15 on chrono. Okay, well, you remember when they were 6. Well, if my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle. That's just the way life is. It's called inflation as well. There is a bit of inflation there too. Do you think the prices will come down? Not particularly. No, I don't. It's funny, since you sent this to me, the market has softened a bit. Prices have come down a little bit, but not huge reductions. Do you think the 14060 will increase or at least hold value if I buy it for 13? As I said to you, I think it's silly. You've seemed to latch onto this 14060M. I would open my horizons. 14060, I'd look at the double one. I think all of those, you buy them, and if you look after it, the big deciding factor is, are you going to treat it like shit, or are you going to look after this watch? That's going to be the big deciding factor. Because if you treat it like shit, it's going to be worth a lot less than if you look after it. In fact, just because it's a waterproof watch, you would periodically, every year, you should check the waterproofing. Get a pressure test on it, because the rubbers, they get old and its integrity can be compromised. And do you think I should definitely get it with box and papers? That's a really good question. I've got to be honest with you, I never used to be a big box and paper. I like having the box because I like to I like to look at them in the original box. You can always get boxes on the secondary market. Papers, is it essential? Look, I would prefer box and papers. Yes, I would prefer box and papers. I personally, the funny thing is, all of my watches now, all of them are, all the men's are box and papers. Does that mean I wouldn't buy one without papers? No, but I prefer them with papers. I prefer full sets, okay? So that's my opinion. Would you consider this a good investment watch? Look, the thing is this. See, I think a beautiful wristwatch, it pays dividends not only in buy and sell terms, okay? Where it pays the dividend is that it makes you have joy. When you look at your wrist and you see your beautiful watch, that makes you feel happy. So that's what I call a return. So as purely an investment, I think it's okay. But where the dividend of joy is having a nice wristwatch. It's like, do you really want to turn up everywhere in the cheapest, nastiest car? Wouldn't it be nice to turn up in a Mercedes or a BMW or a Porsche? Wouldn't that be so cool? It's the same like that with the watch. And I think that is your return. So if you measure things purely in monetary values, maybe watches aren't the key. But if you get an enjoyment out of them, and there could be some plus side, maybe. Now, I would say to you, you've got to find a dealer you can trust. Find a dealer you can trust and they will look after you. Now, I don't think it really matters if a watch has been polished. I'm not anti-polishing a watch. And a lot of watches that people claim have never been polished actually have been polished. So I gotta be totally honest with you. I agree, you don't want something that's been polished within an inch of its life. Totally get that concept. Yes, I understand. However, I don't mind if a watch has been polished. So, now, let's get back to your question here. Would I buy it? You know what? You're 43 years old, okay? You've got less in front than behind. The chance of living to 86, It's possible, but not guaranteed. So you know what? Stop asking stupid questions. If you're going to enjoy the watch, buy it and enjoy it. That's the best thing I can say. Buy it and enjoy it. Now, I would seriously say to you, I don't understand why it has to be an M version. I'd just get the 14060. They're a lot more plentiful, and the benefits of an M over a standard 14060 is minimal. So I don't understand quite where you got that, why you're so hung up on that particular model. But is it worth it? Is anything worth it? You know what? Buy the bloody thing. Enjoy your life. It's like this, you know, I recently bought a German automobile, a BMW. Is it a waste of money? Yes, it's a total waste of money. It's a money pit. But I actually get a lot of joy out of having this vehicle. I like to clean it. I like to put gas in it. I like to look after it. Now I nearly bang the wheels, and I use it as a special treat. Is it good economic sense? No, putting my money into a 401k would give me tax benefits, and it's so much more sensible. But what is joy? What is happiness? If you look at it that way, it's great to have these things. Personally, there's a lot worse you can buy than a Submariner. A lot worse. Personally, buy the bloody thing. Stop wasting time thinking, do I do this? Do I not do this? If you get this one watch, and that's it, you just stay happy with the one Submariner, believe you me, it won't be a bad investment. I'm ArchieLuxury. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. I will see you in the next one. Don't be afraid to put some comments. And remember, guys, I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I desperately need more paid reviews to survive. Survive on YouTube. Without your support, I cannot survive. Get a paid review, $50 US. Look down in the description. Also, remember, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. It's like a subscription service. It helps me to survive because, let's face it, crypto has crashed. The super chats are drying up. I'm in free fall. Guys, do you want me to stay making videos, or do you want me to start delivering pizza? The choice is yours. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and today, guys, I'm very proud to introduce a new sponsor of the ArchieLuxury and the Pluta channels. Who am I talking about? WatchShopping.com, WatchShopping.com. Check them out, guys. Jump online, check out WatchShopping.com. These guys here have been in business since 2017. Worldwide shipping and distribution. Over 10,000 wristwatches in inventory. Stock in hand, and 90 plus different brands, new and pre-owned. Now, the good thing about WatchShopping.com, trusted by over 4,000 reviews on Chrono24 and Trustpilot. Your one-stop shop to buy any watch your heart desires. Please, guys, check out watchshopping.com, watchshopping.com, watchshopping.com. I'm ArchieLuxury, and check out watchshopping.com. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.